So why, LA, you've got studios here, you've got phenomenal land that's not on fire. Yeah, it's a crazy place. But, the interesting thing is there's so much more to California than we read in the newspaper. And so all the stuff that's going on is terrible, but there's plenty of amazing stuff here. And it's easy to go down this dark rabbit hole of everything's terrible, because it's not. I mean, that's not true.
Okay.
But why is LA? Why is it so difficult to film here? Why are they not? Why is everything going to Atlanta? And now, surely, with what's happened, we're not going to get into politics, but even politically, because it affects everything. Why are they not pulling back production here? Why are they not encouraging stuff going on here? Why is it always being farmed out? Why no tax breaks, or etc.?
Well, they did. In all fairness to Los Angeles, they finally did put a tax incentive program. But the problem is this: it was too little, too late, because they allowed a place like Atlanta, Georgia, to excel well. Basically, what happened? Listen, it used to be. You remember, it was Michigan. It was Detroit was going to be the new entertainment hub. Then it was going to be Santa Fe, New Mexico. Then it was going to be Canada. It was going to be, and so listen. Every state is trying to claw. Louisiana was very successful for a while. Atlanta, because they have a similar, yes, more humid, but they have a similar weather pattern to California with respect. They don't have as harsh winters. The summers are bad, they're humid and hot, but primarily they have a lot of land. They have a lot of land to build on.
Uh-huh.
And so what happened with Atlanta was when Georgia decided to put the tax incentive in. Georgia is a right-to-work state as well. So they don't have to deal with the labor costs that California does, they're tied to union. So in LA, you have to deal with the union costs and deal with a lot of labor costs based in Los Angeles, same in New York. Georgia's a right-to-work state. So yes, there are certain unions they have to deal with the cost. The Directors Guild of America, the Screen Actors Guild, because they want this talent-based. So they want that talent. But when it gets to IATSE, and they are covered under IATSE, but the fact is they can negotiate rates, but also the cost of living is cheaper here. So that's where they were able to. They were able to because cost of living is cheaper in Atlanta. And they were very, when I shot a film here when they started this, and I was horrified. I'm like, oh my God, these people are not good. It was like film school. Now they're doing some of the biggest movies in the world, and they have an incredible crew base now, and they've built studios out here that are, I mean, the fact is their studios are brand new. LA studios have not been retrofitted or changed. And the problem goes that they weren't willing to spend the money in Los Angeles. And the fact of the matter is LA has a higher cost of living. And I don't want to put LA down because I love it and I can't wait for movies to come back. And when Marvel started, their intention was to stay down in Manhattan Beach. And they built a whole facility down there. And they moved to Atlanta because they just could not, between certain unions, I don't want to get into which ones, but also the costs compared to Atlanta, they're like, we might as well go to Atlanta. And that's why they pulled to Atlanta and then eventually also England. So the Marvel's primarily those two. They do some in LA, in all fairness, but primarily it's there. So it's LA's got an amazing base and talent base, and their television is increasing a lot, to be honest with you. And but the problem is they don't have the space to build new stages, and no one wants to put any energy to it. So as Atlanta's building stage after, like, literally weekly, they're building stages here, and they have a lot of access to stages here. LA, they're not willing to put the work in, and it's sad because I think they've recognized that people are going to chase the incentives, and that's what's happening. Everyone's chasing the incentives when they're looking to shoot now. And LA has never been able to compete on that scale to like a Santa Fe, New Mexico, or a Atlanta, Georgia, because of that.